Where my keys are? All right, Real in the Field, episode 8. We are here with a new episode. Oh man, I can't believe we're here.
I can't believe it.
8 episodes in.
I can't believe it.
That's crazy. And what's also crazy is we have some new sponsors. Two new sponsors.
That's right.
We've got Cigar Spots in the Circle of Orange. They're the premier cigar shop in Orange. Everybody, that's where you should be buying your cigars. And if you are going to buy your cigars, we've got a promo code that you can type in.
That's right.
Go to cigarspots.com, place your order, and then check out. Put the promo code Tony Joe, and you're going to get yourself 20% off. That is just for Real in the Field podcast listeners. So go out, buy some cigars, support our show. And then we've got another sponsor, Executive Construction. Great guy.
Brent Smith, great guy. Salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth, that guy.
Yeah.
No promo code for that construction.
No. But tell him Real in the Field sent you.
Tell him Real in the Field sent you. Go to executivehomeconstruction.com and let them know that Real in the Field sent you, and get yourself a quote. Building trust with quality work.
Love it.
Is
Love it.
construction
Love
company.
It. Love it. All right, sports world. Things are happening.
Things are cooking.
All over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got March Madness.
Yep.
First weekend of March Madness ended. Now we're in the Sweet 16, Elite 8. Right, we're starting to dwindle down.
Right.
The WBC just a little bit ago, or a couple days ago, just ended with Ohtani striking out Mike Trout.
Oh yeah, poetic, like a poetic ending to that.
Oh my God. It was pretty sweet, and especially for us locals here.
Yeah.
You know, going to Angel games all the time, we see those two cats.
Oh yeah.
So that part, it was pretty sweat.
It was cool. It's kind of, you know, I think you want US. I mean, you obviously want US to win, but but when you see that, like, that ending, it's
the matchup was
cool. Right?
the matchup was great.
Yeah.
Baseball's in spring training. You got NFL still approaching the draft.
Right.
So,
but the question that everybody has, the question on everyone's mind is, what's Elmo football? What's the status of Elmo football? Where we're at, and what are we looking for this next season?
Way to sneak that in. All right, that was great. Well, we're approaching spring break.
Okay.
So by the time this episode airs, we're going into spring break.
Okay.
And so we're at the end of our like a 3-month training cycle. So we call this our max week.
Oh, okay.
And so the kids get attempts at a clean, power clean, a bench max, and a squat max.
Dude,
so
nice. I remember those.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
So those of you that don't know what that means, you get you just do your best at that lift.
Yeah.
For 1 rep.
So the most that you can lift.
Yeah.
In that, in a just up and down and up.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do, that's what you're gonna. That's your max.
Like that bar. Like you hit a certain depth on that squat and you stand it back up.
That's it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Like type of deal. And a lot of the kids are doing really well.
Yeah. So when we were doing, I mean, I'm thinking back, like in our, back in our day, when we did max, we would take that number and then use that as our percentage, like throughout the year, right?
Correct.
Like whatever your percentage is of your max, that's what you're going to be doing on any given day. So if you're maxing out, let's just call it like 300 in squats, let's just say. One of your workouts is going to be for 70% of that. Is that, you guys still using that formula?
Yeah, so I still use that. I use it kind of in week blocks.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is, say you get a new max, right? You do squat 300. We come back from spring break and we're going to go on another like 3-month training before we max again.
Okay.
And first couple of weeks we'll be working at 70%. So you're hitting sets of like 10.
Gotcha. High rep, lower-ish weight.
Right. And then it'll start to flip slowly. So in another couple weeks, then we change it to 75, 80%.
Gotcha. Okay.
85%. When you're in that 85% range, you're looking at like 5 sets of 5.
Yeah.
So that's heavy. That's like good power,
Yeah.
strength type training.
Yeah.
And then you can even dwindle it down even more to like 90%.
Dang. Just
Just
below
heavy,
max.
yeah, just
Right,
heavy
right.
reps of, you're getting like 2s or 3s
Yeah.
and 4s.
Just pushing yourself,
Yeah.
getting yourself used to that much weight.
Yeah, so we do that and kind of prime the kids, and so this is the week where they get to show it.
Dang.
And some of the kids have done really well. They've really bought in. And
dude, El Medina's Instagram page has like a good amount of like videos. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've followed them obviously, and a lot of the video, like they've been posting a lot of that, and those kids look strong. They look like there's a couple kids that have been putting up some huge weight.
Yeah, and if we try to talk to the kids as much as we can about eating right.
Yeah.
Getting sleep, hydrating, taking care of your body.
Yeah.
If you got a boo-boo, ice it. Just the typical stuff.
Yeah, taking care of yourself, yeah.
And doing the right things off of the field. And just, like we always say, check all the boxes and make sure you're doing everything you can. And the kids who do that have been doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Are there kids who wish they were doing better?
Yeah.
Sure. But there's an old saying I've always, don't be disappointed with the results you didn't get with the work you didn't do.
Dude, that is so true. That is so true. And all that, it's like that little bit. It's like if you were moving a pile of rocks and the job is to, get to your max weight, let's say 250 bench. You're moving that rock one at a time. With every rep, you're moving that rock. There's a big pile that you need to move from one spot to the next. And if you ain't moving those rocks, if you're not doing those reps,
it all adds up.
It all adds up. That little bit, every little bit, day after day, adds up. And if you're not doing it,
and if you just do, I love that rock analogy. And let's just say every day you pick up a rock.
Yeah.
And like maybe every other day you're like, nah, I'm not going to pick the rock up today.
Yeah.
Well, look what you just did. You
At a certain point,
just set yourself back.
Yeah.
Even more, and it's just,
yeah,
it's terrible. So, but for us, I mean, we have sayings in the weight room. We do every set, every rep.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, most of the kids do it.
Yeah.
I can't see all 70 of them in there at the same
time,
right?
But you'll see it. I mean, I'm sure, as you start seeing some of the maxes, you start seeing like, what comes out of it and seeing how, how they're progressing.
Yeah.
But I mean, but how's that? So, how do we transfer that to just the everyday Joe Schmo who's just looking to like work out? Are you doing max like, all right, I'm in the weight room, I'm going, just doing my regular workout, maxing out? Is that something that I should be doing? Should I be like putting on a couple more plates? And
I mean, it depends on everyone's age.
Yeah.
I think in your 20s, late 20s for sure.
Right.
In your 30s, I think it's okay. In 40s, you got to start being you got to be smart and not
cautious,
overdo it and overtrain and stuff. But yeah, there's nothing wrong because a lot of people get in the rut of, I go to the gym, I do chest and back.
Yeah.
I do these exercises. I do 3 sets of 10, and then I ride the bike or whatever it may be.
Sounds like my workout. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with like, hey, pick your, know your max.
Yeah.
Go 70% of that.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah.
And, do 3 sets, 4 sets of 10 for 2 weeks, and then change that.
Yeah.
And then change it and change it. Hey, and give yourself a couple of months and give it a shot.
Yeah, move that pile of rocks.
Yeah, why not? And try to get a new max.
Yeah.
Is it gonna hurt you? No.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna maybe change your body, adapt a little bit.
Sure.
Get some more growth, a little bit more strength, feel a little better about yourself. Like
yeah,
I don't see anything wrong as long as you're not overtraining, and if you're like a 60-year-old guy trying to do deadlifts and squats, like you need to take it easy a little bit.
Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, but that would benefit people from doing picking up the weight a little bit, maybe doing lower reps, doing a lower amount of reps, but just picking up their weight.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all, and changing your workout and trying different things. Nothing wrong with that at all. As long as you're being safe, give yourself some rest days, you know, as you age and stay on top of it. Nothing wrong with that. Like, get out of that rut of, I do
just
3
the
sets
repetitive,
of 10 all the time.
repetitive thing of just showing up, getting there, doing your thing, and just like, you can kind of get into a routine, but not a good one. You just kind of end up showing up, doing the same thing, and you're not really.
And half of that is a mental thing, to where give yourself a mini goal for a couple of weeks. Hey, I want to try to, you know, I'm 50 years old. I want to try to bench 300 pounds. Dude,
that's a good goal.
Like, work towards it. If
you
know, if you got the good foundation, and, you know, for example, whatever your, you know, whatever it is for you, as, you know, personally.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, start working towards it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good goal. I like that. All right. Benching 300. That's the next goal. I'm going to put that on the list.
There you go. There you go.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We've got a new game coming in.
We do.
This week.
We do. So the game this week is, Do You Even Know Me?
Do you even know me? All right.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out after this break if either of us know each other.
That's right.
All right, we'll be right back. Today's episode is brought to you by Cigar Spots of Orange. Cigar Spots is Orange County's premier local cigar shop located in the Circle of Orange, offering brands such as Tatuay, My Father Cigars, Padron, Arturo Fuente, and much more. Cigar Spots offers local pickup, and they're the only cigar shop in Orange County to offer home delivery service. Special offer for Real in the Field listeners, visit their website today at www.cigarspots.com and enter promo code TonyJoe to receive 20% off your purchase. That's code TonyJoe at checkout for a 20% discount only for our listeners. Visit cigarspots.com today. All right, and we are back from break. Thank you again to Cigar Spots for that spot there. Yeah, they got a good selection of cigars. Yeah. What's your go-to? If you're hopping in that cigar shop, what would you pick out?
I used to go there a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm a Tatuaje Black Label fan.
Dude.
That's my
supporting your boy. I was there.
I was gonna say that.
Worked was there for years.
That was my go-to.
Yeah.
Great cigars.
Tatuaje makes some great stuff. Yeah. I mean, I worked there. For a number of years, and you can't go wrong. I mean, even if I didn't work there, I feel like I would. That's the cigar that I would always smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which one would you smoke?
The Black Label.
Black Label. Yeah. Black Label's a great smoke.
Yeah. What about you? What are you going with?
Oh man, their Miami Brown Label. I know, dude. You're talking about a whole humidor full of stuff that is like stellar. I guess it depends on the mood, but the Brown Label Miami made is always top notch. Their Cowboy One was like my go-to if I just want like a nice mild, about medium bodied cigar. I can go into cigars and talk for hours, so let's just we'll cut it there. We'll just say those two.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. All right.
Here we go. Ready? Yeah.
All right.
What's the game?
So today's game is Do You Even Know Me? And the reason why I thought of this game and came up with it was because we've known each other for 25 some odd years.
Oh, yeah. Since we were zygotes, yeah.
Yeah, since we were like freshmen in high school.
Yep.
And we've lived together.
Yeah.
We've both lived out of state.
In the same state.
In the same state together, right? Visited each
other
on
17 freeway.
Yeah, just something that happened. And we've literally have been in each other's lives for 25 years.
Yeah.
But I feel with that being said, right, oftentimes there's things that you either think you know.
Right.
Or assume someone knows about you.
Yeah.
Just like two ships passing the night. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious if you even know me. So
I'm
going to ask you some questions. You can fire them back at me.
Okay.
And we'll see.
All right.
All right.
You going to start? You going to ask the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see it.
All
Let's
right.
hear it.
Where was I born?
Jay Mitch was born in, I want to say Orange, but I feel like that's not right. I am going to say Garden Grove.
No, you should have gone with your gut. I was born in Orange.
Oh, why did I not go with my gut?
I don't know. I don't know. Born in Orange.
Of course, born in Orange.
St. Joseph's Hospital.
Oh, that's right.
My grandpa used to tell me this lame joke, and I believed him when I was a kid. He was like, you know, they named the hospital after you because you were the cutest baby. I was like, oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all right. Where was I born?
I'm going to go with my first instinct and also say Orange.
Yeah, it was Orange. UCI.
Yeah. UCI.
Oh, yeah.
Go Anteaters. Look at you. All right. Good.
All right. All right. So I got some questions.
Okay.
I'll do the same one. When's my birthday?
You are July 16th.
Dude, spot
right?
on. Yeah.
All right. When's my birthday?
Oh, shit.
See, because I feel like I've called you on yours. I don't know if you've always called me on mine.
Oh,
dude,
man.
this is hard.
Yeah.
This is hard as you get older.
Yeah, it is. All the dates gonna get like jumbled up.
Yeah.
It is February. Wait, January.
No.
Oh, dude.
No.
August 29th?
No.
Something 29th. 19th?
No.
Oh, I'm going to cut this out.
Oh, my God.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
April 10th.
All right. Well, that was close.
Oh, classic. Classic.
How do I not know that?
I don't know. I don't know. So I'm saying, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. Okay, here we go. What was my first job?
Your first job was a mover at, well, hold on. First job, because that was later on.
That was a job. I was a furniture mover.
You were a furniture
old
mover.
But I was 15, 16 when I had this job. So we were playing high school football together when I had this job.
All right. Pass out newspapers?
Paper
You
boy.
were newsy? You're a paper boy?
No. I was a camp counselor
Oh,
for the city
that's right.
of Orange.
That's
So
right.
those of you locals to Orange know the blue shirt guys
Yes.
who walk around at city events. I was
Oh
one
my
of those
gosh,
dudes
I
when
totally,
I was like
I knew that.
when I was
one.
like 15, 16 years old, yeah.
I totally knew that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, did you?
Oh,
Did
okay.
you?
Well, what was my first job?
Okay, I think I do know this.
All right.
I think your first job, if I remember correct, you used to work at a stereo shop. And
I
you
did.
started like wiring and doing speakers,
Right.
and doing stereos. Is
That
that right?
is, well, that is true that I worked there, but not true that that was my first job. Dude, my first job, I mean, I guess it's going to be like what you consider a job.
Okay.
I mean, because I legitimately picked watermelons in Oxnard for money when I was like a kid, like 12 years old.
What?
Oh, dude, yeah. I used
never
to
knew
drive.
that.
I used to drive out on weekends. My buddy Eddie Garcia and his dad. So his dad owned he bought a truck and then would buy fruit out, like pick them out in the middle of like Oxnard, middle of nowhere, and then we'd sell them at like the flea market like the next day. Dude, I learned
He would pay you?
Oh yeah. I mean, but you're talking like $25 or something like that for
Yeah.
a day's work. But you know, for a 12-year-old kid, that's a lot of
rolling.
that's a lot of dough. I was rolling, but dude, I would get up, crack of dawn, 3, 4 in the morning. I'd drive out, in this car or this truck rather, and we'd spend all day out there picking watermelons, picking cherries, loading up like this huge, just like pallets of watermelons and bring them back and then sell them. Yeah, it was a hell of a job.
I never knew that.
Yeah, dude. And he also had a lunch truck that I would work on. So on like
a food truck.
a food truck, yeah, Roach Coach.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of like glorified. Now you have like the Kobe.
Well, back in the day, they were.
Dude, back in the day, yeah. So you open up those like side, flaps, whatever they are. You just got some ice, some sodas, some ding dongs, and some ho hos. And dude, I was there packing up putting back the hot chocolate packets, filling up the stuff, whatever, putting some like ho hos, Twinkies back in the
Just
thing.
making 25.
Probably
pounds a
less
day.
for that. Yeah, I think he'd let me take like some ding dongs and
Wow.
pay me a little bit of cash.
Wow.
But dude, learns, like, talk about work ethic, man. I mean, that guy, I will, so he just recently passed, not to kind of like bring it down a little bit, but he recently passed, and that guy was like one of the hardest working dudes I've ever known and met. And in all honesty, and I told his family there, because I went to his funeral, was, I learned my work ethic from him. Seeing him work, seeing how much he worked.
That's awesome.
Dude, it was, one, to be able to say that, like, I, did this work, picked watermelons when I was 12 years old, went out and worked on a food truck and, like, earned money when I was, like, that young. Dude, I owe it all to him. And to get that, like, get up, do your job, do your work, get in there.
That's
like,
really cool.
I learned it all from that guy.
That's really
cool. So, Rodolfo Reyes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out.
R.I.P. R.I.P. to that guy.
That's
Hardest
great.
working man I've ever met. Yeah.
Right on. Very cool.
Yeah. All right. What's next question?
All right, here we go. How many cups of coffee a day do I have?
We're gonna do an average. I'm gonna say.
No, I do the same like every day.
All right. I'm gonna say 3 cups.
Close. 2.
2. All right.
I have 1 in the morning
Yeah.
when I'm getting myself up, getting moving, getting the boys ready. Take my oldest one to school.
Yeah.
I come back and I have 1 more before
Yeah.
I get myself going to work.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's my 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, you're not gonna be able to answer my question because I'm like a shot of espresso, a latte,
come
an
on.
Americano. Dude, I'm like
You don't
all
even
over
give
the
me a
place.
chance. Don't even give me a chance. Don't even give me a chance. Well, I was gonna guess because you said 3. I was gonna guess 3. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well,
It would have been pretty accurate.
Not anymore. All right, you're up.
All right. My first car.
Okay, so your first car was the Impala.
That's right. 63 Impala.
Yes. So the 63 Impala, and then you hit a motorcycle. You hit a motorcycle like phase. And then after the motorcycle phase, you got a silver Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Drove that sucker.
Oh, drove the wheels off of it.
Yeah. Sparks flying off of that guy. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah.
Dude, yeah, the 63. I had that in high school.
Yeah. All right. What was my first car?
Oh, dude, the El Camino. El Camino with the Edelbrock Ford barrel. Dude, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I was
just chirping gears all over the place.
I was lucky enough to where my oldest brother, him and my dad really built the El Camino. Yeah.
That was a beautiful car.
And he was transitioning out of like a muscle car phase that he had to like have a real car.
Right.
And so I like kind of got it, and I just
I was 16
so lucky,
years old, just way too much car.
Just driving a 65 El Camino to school every day, just not good. Yeah.
Dude, I remember, I forget where we were at. I think it was on Spring Street. So, Modena High School, there's a long, like, street from where you go, from Prospect, and you don't reach another street until you get to Esplanade or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think we came around the corner, and as we were turning, you're like, you want me to get on it? And I was like, dude, hit it. And dude, if you would have put $100 bill on that like dash and said, hey, if you get that, when by the time I like put the pedal to this guy, you could have it, I wouldn't have gotten it. It just G-forces just sucked you back in your seat.
Yeah. I used to love doing that to people.
All right, I got a question. What is my favorite band?
I believe. Well, I know you have a couple that you really like, but if I had to narrow it down, I think it would be the Mars Volta.
Yeah, spot on.
What's my favorite band?
Oh, Metallica. Yeah. I don't even think you have to. There's no question about it.
Too easy.
It's a layup.
Yeah, that is. Good point.
All right. How do I order my steak?
You order your steak. I think you're a medium rare guy.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Is that right?
Rare. Yeah, medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yeah.
Okay. What about me?
You are a medium.
Dang, that's right.
Yeah,
How'd you know that?
I don't know. However many years of friendship.
This is how I think you know this.
How?
Okay, I remember when we were, I don't know if we were in high school or if we were just out of high school, but we went to eat somewhere and we went to like this nice steakhouse. And it was one of those places that's like super fancy. They show you the meat and you're like, and you don't even get to tell them like how you want it ordered.
Right.
Right. And they just like bring it out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I guess I'm like eating this now. It's one of those places.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like super rare. And and we got back to like the house or something. I forget.
This had to be in Arizona, probably.
I forget. But dude, I was like, I think I need to throw up. and I threw up. And you're like, dude, what's wrong? And I was like, I think that meat was like too rare for me. And then, dude, it's stuck in your brain.
I probably did. Yeah.
It's stuck in your brain. I order it medium.
Medium.
And then if it's just a little bit rare, it's okay. If it's a little like overcooked, it's fine.
Yeah.
But medium's good. But anything that's like, yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I like a good char on the outside and just pink on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in a little red.
Oof. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. All right, that ends our game. I feel like you know me pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I missed some kind of like some really critical ones, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, the birthday's no big deal. That's not important or anything. Yeah,
the day of my birthday.
Don't worry about that one.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with all right, we're going to change it up from just like the normal real estate talk and what you shouldn't do. We're going to come back and speak to the homeowners who maybe want to do some remods and do something different to their house. We're going to come back with our new sponsor and just, kind of we picked his brain a little bit about what you can, how much it would cost to do some remods, and we've got those, got a couple scenarios for you. So
right on.
After this break, we'll come back and share those. Today's episode is brought to you by Executive Construction. As an Orange County-based general contractor, Executive Construction has been able to bring a new approach and method for delivering successful residential construction, such as home remodeling, room addition, tenant improvements, and more. Their work ethic and culture have helped them attract the most experienced, quality-driven, and honest team members, subcontractors, architects, and designers. They have the capabilities and experience to handle a complete project from start to finish. Contact Executive Construction today for a free quote at 714-497-7406. All right, and we are back from break, and you just heard from our new sponsor, Executive Construction. You can visit their website at executivehomeconstruction.com. Go hit up our guy, Brent. So I asked Brent a couple questions. I threw out a scenario because, before I bought a house, I had no idea what any construction costs, landscaping, remods, remodeling is what that word is, shorten it to remod. I had no idea what any of that stuff costs. Right? And I think there's a lot of homeowners out there that don't know, don't know what that barrier is. If they want to do a kitchen remod, or if they want to do a bathroom remod, or if they want to just, put in some new flooring, people don't have any idea of what it is. It can be a little intimidating. So I asked them a couple questions. I gave them a couple scenarios. I'm going to just kind of throw those out to you, and you just kind of, we'll just kind of see what, admittedly, I had no idea what some of these things cost, like as a general idea.
That means I'm going to have no idea.
Dude, I mean, if I had known, what some of these things cost before, I maybe would have done some work. So, all right, scenario I'm going to give you number one, all right? You got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,100 square foot condo, all right? The owner wants to upgrade an out-of-date master bathroom. All right. The bathroom currently has a tub and a shower, but they'd like a walk-in shower.
Okay.
And they want to change out the vanity, change out the tile. All the plumbing's going to stay where it's at. Okay, so just kind of envision this like
Yeah.
place, this this work, and you want to be kind of price conscious what you're going to be spending.
Yeah.
What do you think? Just kind of give or take a few thousand. What kind of what would that cost? What would that run you if you want to do something like that?
Okay, so I would have to think. So demolition one,
Demo it all out,
right?
get
You
all
gotta
that
demo
stuff
it all
out.
out.
Right.
So you're getting rid of the tub.
Yep.
And you're doing a walk-in. So you're walk-in, you're gonna have to tile.
Yep.
So tiling that. So I gotta think the walk-in tile. So then you're looking at a new shower door. And they're doing new lighting. They're doing new
new
all
vanity.
That stuff.
Gonna take out like
New
that
sink,
old thing, new sink,
doing
vanity.
everything. Gosh.
Drawers, all that. Doing a walk-in. Retiling. Taking out the tub.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty much take it down to the studs and.
My guess would be somewhere between 15 to 20,000.
Dude, that's pretty good. All right, so according to Brent, right around 15,000. Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
Okay.
That's pretty good. You got a good nose for that. So
My dad used to be a tile guy.
Oh, yeah. Dude, if that was a question, I would have gotten that.
That doesn't mean I know anything about it, but
according to Brent, master bathrooms can definitely get away from the budget if you're not careful.
Okay.
Removing the tub and creating a walk-in shower will definitely update the area. Selecting budget-friendly fixtures is where the customer has to be mindful. Average cost about 15,000. So you're right on the nose on that.
Nice.
So I mean, but that kind of upgrade can really pay off. I mean, if you upgrade a bathroom like that, it makes such a big difference.
Okay, so if you're going 15,000 to upgrade that, how much is that? Say you turn around, or not turn around, but you're selling the home now.
Right.
How much does that bathroom contribute to your selling price?
That's a good question.
So now let's flip it around.
Right. I could say you can probably double that. I mean, you can add another 15,000 if you're putting that in there. Oh yeah, for sure. 15,000 at minimum. I mean, you're getting your money back, and then also tacking on some on top of it. That work. I mean, some people just don't want to do the work. They just want to come in, set their stuff down. They don't want to be without a bathroom for months at a time.
Yeah.
So no, I think that's definitely double your money there. All right, here's another scenario.
Okay.
Whatever way you want to say it. You got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot house, right? Yeah, about the one that you're living in right now. The owner wants to do a kitchen remod. Now, this is a little bit more intrusive.
Yeah.
Right? You got a lot of cabinets. You want to take down like all those cabinets that are on there. All right, I'm going to further go through with this scenario. They want to open up the kitchen and bring down a non-load-bearing wall. All right?
Okay.
So you got like this like wall that's like covering up all your, that open space. You want to take that down. Bring down a non-load-bearing wall and update to a modern look with some subway tile on the backsplash. Do some prefab cabinets. Prefab is just like, you're not doing custom stuff to that like area. Just getting some stuff from Home Depot or, wherever. Getting some prefab cabinets. Do some modern appliances and some nice tile flooring. All right.
Okay.
What is that going to run you? More or less to do that. Now you're talking demolition.
Yeah.
You're talking appliances. You're talking, taking down all of the old cabinets, bringing in some new stuff. Mind you, they're prefab, so it's not like custom built. You can kind of save some money there.
You're still buying.
Oh yeah, you're just filling up all that spot.
Yeah.
You're taking down a wall, doing all that. What is that going to run you more or less?
Well, I've done some help on my brother's house, his old house.
Yeah.
And I know that taking down certain walls is no biggie. Taking down other walls is a big deal, right? The load bearing stuff.
Yeah.
So that, maybe factors in a little bit money wise. But gosh, I know appliances add up real fast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Get that
and then,
stainless steel stuff.
yeah,
Oof.
right. Then you're really, it's adding up. I know my buddy redid his, and they opened it up, did the island, did all that, and I know what that cost them. So, gosh, if I had to put a number on it, I would say close to like between 75 and 100 grand.
Dude, that's well, you're gonna get a deal here because Brent from Executive Construction can do that for you for 55 grand.
Dang, that's
More or
actually
less.
pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think.
55.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, to remove a non-load bearing wall does not require engineering. Save yourself some money
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So that's a great way to save some money on a budget and open up the space. So 55K more or less is a safe budget for an average size kitchen to plan for a scenario like that. Shaker prefab cabinets, quartz countertops, subway tile backsplash, including a tile flooring. So, and that's including appliances of a budget of around 6,000. So he's counting in 6 grand for dishwasher, refrigerator,
Yeah,
stove, yeah,
And your stove and oven and all that.
yeah. So I mean, that's a number that
So I don't think that's all that bad.
when you're talking about what kind of value that's going to bring to your property,
Yeah. So let's do the flip question.
right,
Now we're selling.
right.
You got a new, fresh looking kitchen.
Oh man, that's huge. It's huge. I mean, it's hard to say because you don't know what the entire, like the rest of the house. I mean, needless to say, you'll recoup your money. At minimum, you'll just like, recoup whatever costs that you spent to like get it to where it's at. But, you can probably count another like 40% on top of that, just take home from like
Nice.
doing that kind of work.
Nice.
Again, most people don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to be without a kitchen.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to like do this like, have to think about tile and all that stuff and work with the bill.
Well, you got to go pick stuff out. You got to, yeah.
Oh, you got to
It's
fight
like-
with, yeah, you got to just like do whatever it is that you're going to do to get it to where you can now put your refrigerator in, plug it in, put your food in there, cook on your like stovetop. Nobody wants to do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just like having it done, like people will pay for that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So all right, I'm going to throw out a couple. So all of our listeners, by the way, get a free estimate. If you guys, anybody's got some remod work that they want to do, call Brent. Brent's going to offer you a free estimate. You can call him at 714-497-7406. Give him a call. He's going to give you a free estimate. You run your scenario by him. Let him know what your situation is, and he's going to get you a free estimate and tell you, what the cost would be to do the remod, whatever
That's
it is that
awesome.
you're looking to do.
And I know that they do great work because they've done work on my brother's house,
Nice,
and it's phenomenal.
dude.
Like-
Trusted, yeah.
Yeah.
He's our go-to guy.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
The man in Orange County and Orange specifically.
Yeah.
And and he's a sponsor of our show, so that's enough reason for you guys to go check him out.
That's right.
Give him
That's
a
right.
call and let him know that we sent you. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today's show.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I think we're good for today.
Right on.
All right, we'll be back next week with another episode, so stay tuned. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you.
All right. And that was our show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you heard, like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Big thank you to Blake Means from Name Taken for the theme music. And as always, we'll be back next week with a new episode. Until then, we'll talk to you.